It's 1111. Beautiful. It's an angel number. 1111. So we are guided today, and just want to receive lots of guidance and blessings as we venture this Facebook Live together, right? So today is a beautiful day to talk about creating boundaries, especially for us childless women who have been surrounded by people who keeps leaving us with really insensitive remarks, and I guess we've gotten used to it, right? um, but that's why we're here. So again, welcome and hello from here in Alaska, where I am. And I would like to say hello to everyone joining today and to those who are watching this later. And I welcome you all. So today we're going to dive deep into a topic that is very close to our hearts, and that is about creating boundaries so we could eliminate any triggers or insensitive comments when we are in a family gathering or wherever we may be, right? And I'm your host, Daisy May Reyes. I'm an energy healer. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist. I do past life regression, and I'm also a womb healer. And so basically what I do is I specialize in supporting women like us who have faced miscarriages, pregnancy loss, infertility, or even the loss of womb, reproductive system. And through energy healing and combination of hypnotherapy, I'm able to go into the root cause and help release all those that are blocking our joy, all those that are blocking our ability to receive a lot of love, a lot of just the goodness, right? And then I basically, through the work that I do, I help them just embrace themselves, their womanhood, just embrace who they are, and give themselves more love, because now they have that more ability to receive. And this is about moving through our emotions and not moving on, because it's never about moving on, because we will always have that part of us that is part of that past experience that we have. So we're here to simply just acknowledge our experience, acknowledge it, and take it with us so we can continue growing, right? And that's what we do, and that's how I'm here to serve you. So let's move back to our topic. So our topic today is about exploring different ways to protect our emotional well-being during a family gathering and beyond. So firstly, I want you to know that you are not alone. And I know it can be incredibly challenging when family members or even co-workers, even friends could make such thoughtless remarks that can leave us feeling hurt, invalidated, even isolated. But I want you to remember that we are all here in this group to support each other, to find strength in this community. But before we jump into some valuable tips in creating boundaries, protective boundaries, let me share my story really quick. So a few years back, during our own family gathering, someone I know in my family made a comment that really hurt me. So people in my culture are always curious as to why women without children have no kids, why they don't have husbands, or when they will have them. And so that's why growing up, I'm over 40 now, going 45. I always avoided family gatherings. And I think this Christmas and Thanksgiving was the first time I've had attended a family gathering, family meal. And surprisingly, since my healing journey, I was able to enjoy this family gathering this last Thanksgiving and Christmas. And surprisingly too, no one ever asked me those questions. And it's a very typical, in our culture, to ask women those kind of questions, very intrusive questions. So I was very surprised. So that experience taught me the importance of setting boundaries to protect our well-being, our own well-being. So I want to ask you, would you like to be in a situation where you can just attend, be invited to a gathering, friends, family, co-workers, and not be affected by any of it, right? You just want to enjoy your time, right? Like, isn't it enough already for us to be triggered by insensitive remarks? Can we just enjoy our time in that small gathering, with the people that we like, and the food that we like, right? So can we just enjoy that? See, the thing is, in this little event that we're doing today, this live event, I want to show you exactly how that's done. And this requires obviously participation on your part, right? And it's really a practice. It's something that you have to commit every day to, in order for you to achieve that kind of level, to where you can just go in, grab the food, have some meaningful conversation with someone that you like in the family, and then you can then just sneak out if you need to, right? If that's not your cup of tea. So, and just go in there, enjoy your time, right? That's the whole purpose of this. So wouldn't it be nice if we are in that middle of such situation, and how can we handle that? So here are some few insights and tips that have helped me on this journey. And this is coming from my insight as an energy healer. So here we go. The first step really is self-awareness. When we recognize our own triggers and emotions before we even attend the event, it gives us that sense of empowerment. And this self-awareness will form the foundation for your protection as far as setting your boundaries. And as I mentioned, it will help you feel empowered, because you're setting boundaries to affirm your worthiness, to embrace your childless journey. And you could see your value as a person. Really, it is not determined by what we label ourselves, right? And thirdly, this will help educate others, by sharing our experience, even though it can be hard, even though we just want to bite our tongue and tell them, stop. It's all about having the grand understanding of where we're coming from. It's relaying it to them. It's kind of like when we don't give them that moment of understanding, it's like not giving them the opportunity to feel how we feel. And that kind of boundary, it's like blocking them, to understand us. Educating them is kind of like a stepping stone to helping them understand our story. And when we shut the door for them to not understand our story, that's how we become a one-man island, or a one-woman island, So through our experiences, by sharing it, we'll be able to provide education to those members about how insensitive their comments are, how they impacted our lives, and how it left us with an emotional impact, right? So educating them encourages empathy and understanding from their point of view. And it also provides them the opportunity to receive our side of our story and point of view too. So the point of it is this: when there is understanding between two parties, we'll be able to set clear boundaries, because that's how clear communication starts. When we form a beautiful circle of communication, we are able to communicate our boundaries. And that's also love and assertiveness. So we're communicating love and also assertiveness in that manner. So through this communication, we let them know that, hey, this is off limits. And this will help promote a more supportive environment without aggression, without judgment, just pure support and empathy. And in this way, you will also feel surrounded by amazing group of people now. The family that used to talk insensitive is now more supportive, is now more understanding, because you opened the door of understanding for them, right? You gave them the opportunity to understand you. So sometimes we have to be the bigger person, so to speak, to really open the door. Now, what happens if they do not respond after opening the door to them, right? So that's where this Facebook Live come in. And this is where I want to show you how to do this energetically. So just stay with me, right here with me. So if they do not respond, and with the love and understanding that you just gave them, this is I would like for you to do. Just take a breath, just take a nice deep breath, and do not respond to them. That's one. Don't respond. And then two, just tell them that, thank you, but I feel that this conversation is not going anywhere, but thank you for hearing me out anyway, and then just walk away. And then three, the third one is before this goes to this point, right? So the third one is the important one that we're going to do. So as an energy healer, I've kind of like developed it into my daily practice, so I can better help my clients in basically coming from a place of neutrality, right? You have to remain neutral. And when we formulate this neutrality in our own space, um, you'll be able to not, like, it will just automatically come to you. Like, you will not even respond or not even engage to their behavior or to their interaction, right? So the best way really is to, one is to really step away and not respond or not engage. Those are the first two things that you would want to do when you are facing a person that are very insensitive towards you and very mean, right? So this is what we can do right now. This is the third step. So think of the time where, before you even go to that party, right? And think of that time where you're just ready to go to this party. And just, let's say you are in bed, right? Let's say you're in bed, you just woke up, and tell me, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you wake up? Tomorrow is the party, and what's the first thing that comes up to your mind? You know, obviously the first thing that comes up to your mind is probably, oh my God, I'm going to this party. Like, oh my God, you know, so and so will be there, and I already know how this is gonna happen, right? Can you see the pattern of where the mind is going? The mind is going the worst thing that could happen train, right? It's going that direction. But what if we can create something that is the opposite of what is the worst thing that could happen? So the reason why that's the first thing that comes up in our mind as soon as we wake up is because we want to avoid that situation. It's normal to think of that way. It's very normal. And it's because our brain is like, I don't want to go through that. Let's avoid it. So the mind will formulate such thoughts. And it's normal because everyone has that, right? But what if we can change that? And by changing that is one of the ways of creating boundaries for yourself. Because when you are changing direction, you are not allowing these thoughts that are going this direction to affect you anymore, right? So imagine this is you, and let's just do this. I have a pen. This is you, and this is the thoughts, the thoughts that's going this way, right? But you guys are one. So this is the mind. And if we separate these two right here, as soon as you wake up, without these thoughts, all you have is you, without any other thoughts, just you. All you knew is, I'm awake, and that's it, right? The moment this enters, that's when it starts. I'm awake now. Hey, I'm awake. I don't want you to go to the party. I'm awake. I don't want you to go, right? It starts giving you ideas of things to avoid, things not to do, or things that will hurt you, right? This is the culprit right here. But the moment that we separate this from you, just you, it just becomes so quiet, right? And now you can decide that, sure, I can go to that party, but this one is gone now, so I can enjoy myself. I don't care if there are insensitive people in the party. I'm still going because I want to enjoy myself, right? And then, but the problem that with that is because this is like a magnet, you know. We can't just kick it out. It has to go with us wherever we go. And this is where the energy healing session comes in. It is not about getting rid of it. It's more about, let's walk with me, you know, how to deal with this type, right? But in an energy healing point of view, this is what I would like for you to do. And this is a practice that you can do as soon as you wake up. And even before you go to bed. But let's do with waking up first. So as soon as the moment you wake up, it's just you. Your mind is nice and clear. No worries. No nothing. No noise. It's just you. The moment that you wake up. As soon as it's finally awake, this starts to awake. And then now it starts like, oh my God, you know, like, I don't want you to go. It's like the nagging, the noise, the clutter in the mind. So, first things first, as soon as you wake up, as soon as there is silence, as soon as there is quietness, first thing you gotta do is just take a nice deep breath and just tell yourself, today is going to be a wonderful day. Today, the party is just, the family gathering is going to be quiet yet fun. The family gathering doesn't have no insensitive comments anywhere. People are just having fun. And people there that usually tell me negative comments are not seeing me. I'm invisible to them. Right? So you can think whatever you want, right? But it has to be in a positive note. Make sure that it's no harm is happening to them. Just more inward proclamation to yourself, right? Like, everything is about you, because the mind only knows you. The mind only knows you. It doesn't know them. It doesn't know anyone else but you. So always talk to yourself as soon as you wake up in the morning, and then imagine yourself inside a beautiful bubble, like a beautiful round sphere, or it can be a cocoon, right? As soon as you wake up, you say those things. Imagine yourself inside this beautiful sphere before this thing wakes up, right? First things first, don't even go to the phone. Don't even go to the phone. Just start imagining the sphere. Start talking to yourself that everything's going to be great, everything's going to be good. It's moving in that direction. And then, as you imagine this sphere, just imagine it being filled with a lot of the good things that you want. If you want to put joy in there, if you want to put people that will speak to you kindly, people that will understand you if you tell them your story. Just start envisioning that. And then once you do that, you go on about your day. Stay in that feeling of just having that sense that I am safe in my little bubble, that you are confident that no one will bother you when you go to the family gathering. And that's basically what I do. Whenever I go to gatherings now, that's the first thing I do. I put my bubble. I start my my little affirmation in the beginning before I wake up, and yeah, and I just go on my day, and somehow it follows me, you know, um, and it has helped me move on and move through the emotions. Um, it doesn't give me that roller coaster effect of emotion. It's more like very calm, and everyone around me is calm. They don't bother me, and it's because of that. That's your energetic boundary that you can do. So again, this is not a one-time done deal. It's not like uh, you go to the family gathering, you put your bubble, and then you expect it to work. It doesn't work that way, and it's because it has to build. So the more that you do this, the more that it builds upon, and it also keeps you accountable. And not only that, but it also empowers you to practice your own, you know, power, your own conviction. So, but that's where we at. So I hope that this is very helpful, and I just encourage each of you to take a moment today and reflect on how you can incorporate these tips into your own life and make it a daily practice. One time is not enough. If you want to build good relationships with yourself, with other people, it starts with just one little practice that you can do. Wake up in the morning, focus on you before this guy wakes up, and then put yourself inside a bubble, and that's it. And then put all the good stuff in there that you want to bring with you wherever you go. So on the 19th of January, we will be applying some of these. When we do our meditation, I will guide you how to create your protective bubble. Everything that we're doing here is very energetic, very intentional. In some cases, it also has spiritual aspect also in it. So if that is your thing, if you want to explore the spiritual side of your well-being, then you're so welcome. If not, you're still welcome. If you want to just explore it, just be curious about it, right? So it will be fun. It will be nice, and the more that we do this, the more you will notice how your life is going to change slowly, and for the better. And it's not without forgetting, what we were grieving before. It's not really about forgetting, but more about acknowledging, because that's part of ourselves. And in our spiritual community, there's always a reason behind, but not right now is not a good time to explain that. We have to build upon the understanding of how everything is in the spiritual side. So, but this is a good start, to build a protective barrier so you can enjoy your life. That's what life is all about, right? To enjoy life, to live our life. We may have lost what we had. We may have lost what we should have had. But that doesn't mean that we should also lose ourselves, right? So, and I'm here to guide you, to help you move along with it. Not to forget, but to simply help you just embrace the journey. And somewhere along the way, as we are embracing this journey, we are also finding healing within. And so in the future, I'm going to be offering regression sessions, and one of them is about in the regression we go back in time where what we need to heal, what we need to bring up so we can heal, and usually that helps with providing closure. But that's in the future session. So if you stick by me, I will guide you through that. But this is the first step. Protecting your boundaries is the first step. Having the awareness of what is triggering you is the first step too. So protecting boundary, having awareness are the first two great steps to start with. And you being here tells me that you're ready for that, right? Because you're not here if you weren't. So there's always divine timing to everything. But anyway, I want you to remember that your healing journey matters, and that you have the power to create the environment that supports you fully. So again, thank you for joining me, and I hope this Facebook Live has provided you with such valuable insights and tools to help you navigate the insensitive comments during family gatherings and finally enjoy it for yourself, right? So stay strong, resilient, and worthy of love and support. And so I will see you then. Until next time.